Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Assalamualaikum wabarakatuh, and good evening to all my friends, colleagues, and random people who just happen to watch my videos. My name is Hani Madhu, and today I'm going to talk about a problem that I keep having every few months, sometimes every few years, with the keyboard and the mouse, right? So basically what happens is, this mouse is from CoolerMaster. This is CoolerMaster mouse. Sometimes it has an issue with the wheel scrolling thing, right? So I will be scrolling down and nothing is registering inside here. So I have to really and even now it's not working. So I have to really pressing here, will be pressing here right and left. See, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, so it's really frustrating. So the problem with this wheel, with this mouse wheel, sometimes it gets dirty inside, so it does not register the movement. Sometimes it decides not to move at all, and this is getting frustrating. And this is a recurrent problem because I had this mouse for years, and this problem keeps happening again and again and again. Now I'm ashamed to admit that I have my dinner and dinner and breakfast on this table, and sometimes my hand gets greasy and I'll be touching the mouse, and this is probably what's contributing to the problem. Right, this is CMStorm from CoolerMaster, and this is the original Devastator. Yeah, the first of its generation. So yeah, so this problem happens a lot with old mouse, and even this mouse. This is Sentinel 3. Actually, my older mouse, Sentinel 1, the original Sentinel 1, the first generation, had problem with the left mouse click, so it gets stuck. So similarly, I have to clean the button, and it was fine again. It happens again and again and again until I replaced the Sentinel 1 with Sentinel 3 because the original Sentinel 1 had plenty of problems with it. Right, now the second problem is I have with this keyboard. This keyboard, this is also from CoolerMaster, but this kind of problem happens to other mechanical keyboards, regardless of the brand. So last month I had a problem with the E letter key, right, and also with the M letter key and the space bar. So what happened is, whenever I press on the M key or the E key, sometimes it decides not to register at all. So I'll be typing entire sentences, then only to discover that the E and the M are not typing correctly, right? However, fortunately, I already fixed the problem last month. I opened the keycaps and I used rubbing alcohol to clean it. Now there are two places where the problem occurs again. So the problem now this month, I have a problem with the O letter key. So I'm going to clean this one, and this left arrow key. So I'm going to remove it like this. Just pull it out, and this is mechanical Cherry MX brown keys, right? Plural keys, right? So in the past what I did is I just take a cotton bud and soak it with alcohol, rubbing alcohol 70%, and then of course I have to disconnect the USB and disconnect the power supply before I use this cotton bud, and let the alcohol flow into the key, right? And leave it for a few minutes. Even use a hair dryer to clean it off, to make sure that everything is dry before using it again. And since I got this keyboard a few years ago, I've been doing this for different keys sometimes, but as far the one I remember most is the E and the M letter key, right? So, but this problem can happen to any key, and it can happen to any brand of the computer keyboards, right? So this particular keyboard is from CoolerMaster, and this is CK530. That's CK530, and I'm going to show you how to clean it. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. So this left arrow key, sometimes now whenever I press the left arrow key, sometimes it decides to register, sometimes it decides to register, sometimes it does not register at all. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the keys inside. Once you remove the dirt, the whatever is hindering the function of these keys, everything will be all right. Now, surprisingly, this is the O letter key had a unique problems, right? Every time I press the O letter key, sometimes it types once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and sometimes it just keep on typing non-stop. Right? The thing is, I cannot demonstrate it to you because when I decided to make this video, suddenly the O letter key is fine again, right? So I don't know. I think it's camera shy. It's just deciding to cause problems when the camera is not rolling, right? So which one we start first? Shall we start with the keyboard, or shall we start with the mouse, right? How about we start with the mouse, right? So yeah, so CoolerMaster CMStorm. First, you need to disconnect the USB. Actually, you have to disconnect both of them just for safety, just so you don't cause short or whatever. So yeah, so basically there are at least five screws that you have to remove. So you have the 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and somewhere in the middle right here. Right, and there's here I would say that there is minimum 5 screws that you have to remove. I'm not sure about this one though, because it's been years since I started cleaning inside the mouse. So some of the screws got lost, and yeah. In this case, I even lost the stickers over there, right? So I didn't put them back. So yeah, so you have to unscrew all the screws, whether it's 5 or 6, I'm not really sure. You have to dig under the rubber stickers here and take them away. And you can see they are all missing. I don't know where I put them last time. So as for this one in the middle, you have to really dig under the sticker, right, in order to expose the screws. Once you unscrew them using the micro Phillips plus thing, so once you unscrew them all, you just pull them gently and put it aside like this, right? So this is the wheel. This is the internal part of the mouse. And I think this is a sensor for the Devastator, for the CMStorm Devastator. Even though some videos claim, some posts and some videos claim that this is a sensor. I don't think that this is a sensor. I think this is just a light LED. However, in the past, I used rubbing alcohol and applied both sides, on this side and on this side. Right, so yeah, some people say you can use rubbing alcohol, and it worked for me, and it worked. You just take some alcohol, you soak it, and you just apply here, and let the alcohol, just let the alcohol leaks into where it's supposed to be. Right, I also did on the side, and I also use the other hand to move the mouse slightly and make sure that the alcohol goes everywhere, right? At this point, I'm not I wouldn't be afraid of short circuiting this thing because it's disconnected from the computer. But you make sure that everything is dry before you plug into your computer, right? So you can leave it for a few minutes, but in my case, I always use a hair dryer to dry everything up, right? Okay, so in the past I used rubbing alcohol with random success. Sometimes I have to repeat it a few times, a few days later, but at the end, when you do it repeatedly, it should solve the problem. Now, I've noticed that some people even recommend WD. Now, WD is a lubricant, right? I don't know why people recommend it, but I've seen people recommending it, and they say that it works, so I'm not going to call them liars, but to be honest, I would not recommend WD, even though I've never tried using WD-40 over the computer parts, right? So for me, for the past few years, I've been using alcohol and the humble cotton bud, right? However, this year I've discovered this, right? This is okay, electrical parts multi cleaner. Okay, this is what most people call it, contact cleaner, right? Electronic contact cleaner. Okay, just contact cleaner. Right. So okay, first of all, this is cleaner, so you can expect that it cleans away dust, oil, you know, the usual suspect, dirt, dust, and oil. But this contact cleaner have an extra advantage. It cleans. Okay, it cleans away rust. It removes rust from metal parts. So for example, I've been using it on computer parts. This is an old hard disk. This is an old hard disk from an old computer. You can see all dirty and dust up, and you can see here, this is the contact endings where it connects with right, and this is a this is the metallic endings, and these metallic endings, they do get rust, and when they get rusted, they form a poor connection with the electronics. So we often use this contact cleaner to clean up with the surfaces, and it chemically remove dust from these metals. Right? So it cleans, also it removes rust from metal surfaces. And I've been using this year, and this year I've used it few times with an astonishing result, much better than the rubbing alcohol, and I doubt that the WD-40 is anything better, right? So yeah, get a contact cleaner like this, especially with a nozzle, small nozzle like this, and the simple instruction is simple. You just aim where you want to spray, and spray it, right, like this, and you move the mouse wheel just to make sure that everything gets distributed evenly. Okay, let me do it. You can do it as much as you can. Just make sure that everything is dry before you connect it to the power source, to the computer, right? So yeah, it's clean up and clean up. So yeah, just make sure that everything is distributed, and I can do it. Repeat it once, twice, 3 times, right? Just make sure everything is cleaned up. Right, so I don't know whether you can see this. This is the left. This is the left mouse click, right? So in the old mouse, I had a problem with the left mouse click. So yeah, but this mouse doesn't have. But assuming if I had a problem with this left mouse click, I just spray over this part as well. But right, since it's not causing problem, I'm not going to spray. Right, like I said, I don't think this part. I don't think here is the sensor. I think this is just an LED light. But I have since I opened this up, I just spray it. Why not? Alright. So, okay. So then I will leave the mouse for a few minutes to make sure that everything dry, or use a hair dryer to make sure that use the heat from the hair dryer to make sure that everything is dry before connecting to the computer. Also, since I opened it up, I just want to make sure that this connector is not disconnected. So I remember last time I opened it, then this one get disconnected briefly, so I have to make sure that everything is back before closing it up. Right? Don't worry, I'm going to leave it for a few minutes until it dries. I'll use the hair dryer to make things faster. Right, as for the keys, it's very simple. You just use here. You just put the nozzle over here, press it a little bit. Oh god, just press it a little bit down. Give me a second here. Right, okay, so press it down and you spray. And this is actually much better than using the rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol, it just let the alcohol goes in. it doesn't go everywhere, right? But by using a spray like kind like this, it pushes the cleaning solution everywhere inside, right? So it's much better than the alcohol, than the rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Press the keys inside here, then drown it, right? Oh yeah, after I spray, you always have to make sure that you press them repeatedly to make sure that everything distributed evenly. Also, the movement of the keys will hopefully remove any dirt, anything stuck into the metallic parts, right? So do it a few times. Hopefully this remove the rust from the metallic endings, and that's it, right? Actually, just to make sure, I will keep doing this thing, and I will keep on moving the mouse wheel for at least 1 minute or 2 minutes, just to make sure, because I do not want to repeat this anytime soon, right? I'm doing this in the hope that I would not have to do it all over again, right? Okay, I'm going to cut here because I'm going to bring the hair dryer and make sure everything dry before reconnecting everything up. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes, and I have plugged in the keyboard and the mouse into the computer, and hopefully everything is dried out. Right, I didn't use a hair dryer, by the way, but you should, right? You should wait even longer to make sure that everything is dried before plugging it into the computer. Right, so yeah, the mouse. Let's try the mouse. Let's scroll down. Yeah, the scrolling is perfect, right? So let me show you here. So show you how accurate it is. So scrolling up. Oh, perfect. And scrolling down, perfect, right? It works like a charm, and I don't see any hesitation. Very responsive. Oh my god, this is very responsive. Now previously, before I cleaned this up, it had problems scrolling down, and I had to really, with speed and just make it scroll down even a few steps down, right? But now it's perfect. I don't see any hesitation. There's no hesitation, there's no sudden jerky movement. Yeah, it's perfect. So yeah, it worked. As for the key itself, alright, so I have to zoom it. Oh god. Okay. Arrow keys. So okay, left. Okay, left. Oh my god, it works. There's no hesitation, right? Probably I can show it here. Alright, so I can't. Okay, going forward is not a problem. It's going backward. Alright, so let's go backward. Yeah, probably every 10 hits there's one skip, but otherwise it's much better than before. That definitely. Before every 10 hits there's 5 missed, something like that, so 50%. This one so far, now it's okay. I don't see any hesitation. Just now I pressed 10 times, maybe once it just skipped, right? But now, yeah, I don't see any skipping. As for pressing O, I'm not really sure because wait, it happened again. Alright, again. Alright, so no, it's okay. Now it's okay. Yeah, I fixed the O key. Yeah, it works. Right. So how much it fixed? Right. So this one is almost it's much better from 50% to 100%. The scrolling works now. For the arrow key, I did probably move 20 times or 30 times, and only once I noticed it skipped. Right, so it's not 100% proof. I may have to repeat it, cleaning again, but so far if I sense any problems, which I don't expect any, yeah, I may have to do it again. But so far, I don't see any reason why I should do that. As for the O key, hopefully, now the thing is, it's a bit moody. So I think the day before, I had a problem with the O key. Every time I press the O letter key, it just register twice, 3 times. But today, the whole day since morning, it was fine, right? All of a sudden. But anyway, this is the way how I do it. I used to do it with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and it worked. But it's not. I had to repeat it again. I had to repeat the cleaning after a few days and for a few times for a few days. So it's not really effective. The WD-40 is a solution that some people recommend, but I really don't see how the WD-40 would be better than this one. Right, so this is a contact cleaner. This is a very cheap product. I don't know how much I paid for it because I bought this for a different project, but a long time ago. But I can tell you that this is very cheap. It's an expensive solution, even compared with this two. Right, so yeah, get a contact cleaner, and this is how I do it. Oh, by the way, yeah, I use this to clean the contacts of my keyboard, of my computer parts, but I recently used it on my car. Right, I had a problem with the left mirror. With the left mirror, that basically it did not retract. It did not retract and did not open fully. But after using this thing, I sprayed it at least twice, and it just worked like magic, right? Even though before that I used WD-40, it didn't work, and I even considered buying new side mirror, but using this product twice on the thing, it just worked, right? I didn't have any problems since, and that was like weeks ago, right? Even months, right? So yeah, this is today's quick video log, and yeah, it's something that I suddenly decided to do, right? So I hope you learned something. I hope this solution will be useful for your own problems, solving your own problems. And oh yeah, I forgot. The reason why I brought these two with these dual controllers. I use these both controllers. The problem is this here, right? Initially it did not. I don't know whether you can hear or not. This sounds. This one sounds much better than this one. This one is a bit mushy inside. But before that, it did not register at all, right? So it's like this one is totally broken in my mind. But luckily, I just opened that thing using special Xbox. I don't know, star. I don't know what they call it. It's a special. There's a special screw, and you need a special screwdriver to open Xbox controllers. So after I sprayed over the button here, even though the sound is still mushy, it registered again. It works. All right. So basically, this thing has restored the life into this controller. Okay. As for this one is not okay. The thing is. So basically, I had an issue with the joystick, this left joystick, right? So and in a previous project, I replaced the joystick and replaced it with a cheap, I don't know, third-party joystick, right? So it initially works, and suddenly it's just stopped functioning, stopped working, and I was in the market to buy a new controller, like a new Xbox One controller, when I suddenly decided to use why not use this thing on the joystick, and so far it works. Alright, so I'm using using the joystick, and it moves very smoothly. Right? It didn't move this smoothly before. It just had issues because it was not on the original joystick thing. I can explain it, but this thing really works. Right, so yeah, my name is Hanimado, signing off. Take care. Bye bye.